This is an 1887 Caligraph typewriter. This is a very early machine among typewriters. Being made in 1887, this was the Caligraph No. 2, to be precise, although I'm missing the decal on the plate there. This is the second Caligraph model to come on the market after the No. 1, which is the smaller all-caps machine that is very rare and desirable among collectors today. First thing you'll notice upon sitting down in front of the Caligraph to use it is the keyboard. Capitals over there, a jumbled mess of lowercase letters in the middle, and more capitals over here, and these two things on the side, which if you see are actually the spacing mechanism. You've got your bell and your carriage release. This is your left margin right here, and your right margin, well, there really isn't one. That just determines where the bell rings. Now, my machine, someone at some point added this little mechanism here. And if you were to place a spring between here and that hook back there, and change things around with that little circuit there, when this typewriter, when it reaches the end, it'll hit on here. This is a homemade right margin lock, so made, and then you press this down to release it. Which is something interesting about my machine. Another thing about my machine is it was missing the bell hammer. I made one out of a washer and paper clip, still needs more improvement. Is the keyboard. Most of these you see don't have any key legends on them at all. They all disintegrate and fall off. I got some plastic circle cutouts of like some plexiglass or something, and went over and printed out the piece of paper and glued in the piece of paper and the little piece of plastic in each key to restore the keyboard to its proper condition. Let's go over some of the features of the typewriter. This is the Caligraph No. 2. But I'm assuming these will mostly be the same for most Caligraph models. Right here is the serial number on my machine. It's 03484. Looks like 5. And then right here is your ribbon reverse. This is a manual ribbon reverse machine. So you just go like this to switch directions. Here is your line space lever. Right here. This advances the carriage. This is your line space adjustment. You have two options, single and double spacing. I'm going to put it back on single for now. This is your platen release. This allows you to spin the platen by hand and to remove the paper, because there is really no paper release on this machine. This is the underside of the platen. You have your paper scale, your feed rollers, and some other equipment. This is an upstrike machine, as you probably can have guessed already. So you have to lift this up to see what you're typing. On the back of the machine here is a crank over here and over here to adjust the ribbon. As you can see, another thing is this long arm. And there's also no drawband on this machine, nor your usual mainspring, which is usually located over there. It has one long spring, which you can see down there in the bottom, that runs the length of the entire machine. And that is connected to this arm, which pulls the carriage along. Let's get an up-close view of that little mechanism, how it works. Alright, and then over here is your carriage release. I'm not going to try and press it because it takes two hands. Yeah, it's going to be a little hard to do. There we go. And then press it. Okay. That's the features on that side of the machine. And the only other feature over here is the little mechanism I was speaking about earlier, but then again, that's an aftermarket add-on that's added onto this machine. Now, when this machine was introduced, this was the second design of typewriter to come on the market. Remington, at the same time, about the same time these started coming out, Remington had the number 2, which had your standard QWERTY keyboard we all use today with our computers. 4-row keyboard with a shift key. Well, the guy that invented the Caligraph, George Washington Newton Yost, thought that was preposterous. Thought a shift key was a waste of time and effort. So he designed this machine with a full keyboard, or double keyboard, as some people call it. Because you basically double everything. Alright, let's feed in some paper and have a watch at the typing action on the Caligraph. It's a little hard to fit paper into this machine, but eventually we do get it going. There we go. Paper in the machine. Bring it over to the start, and let's just have a look. Caligraph number 2 from 1887. Well, I was going to type, your typical, I'll just type all the lowercase characters in the order they appear. Well, I guess got these 2 guys. But it's something like that. And then you just have your capitals, which on this machine, as you can see, are separate. We can go ahead and do those too. All right, that is the Caligraph number 2 from 1887. This is one of those machines. This is really, really cool to have. These aren't really that rare. So if you're new to the world of antique machines, this is definitely one of the ones that would be easier to get a hold of. I have another video coming up soon about the Smith Premiers. The Smith Premiers is going to be quite a longer video. And that'll also be another machine that if you want to get into the early machines, it's going to be really easy to get a hold of. Alright, thank you for watching and have a nice day.